All right, but yo, people, this Nate here.
This kid.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. This is the Games Music Life podcast, episode 292.
Yes, sir, man. That P-Pack. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, when you told me you were on the Facebook group, I told you was going to be there, too. The neighborhood Facebook group hits different. Although, I'm going to subscribe to y'all's, because y'all get it cracking over there.
Bro, they really do. They really. Yeah. First of all, this is the one thing I realized. People give away a ton of stuff for free.
Oh, absolutely.
They give away a ton of stuff for like I never knew that this was a real thing. But also, like, man, listen, don't be that neighbor, man. That, you know what I'm saying? Get put up on a Summer Jam screen.
Oh no, because they'll throw you up there. And it's too, especially in 2022, man. It's 4K video out here. They have you. They have mans in 4K.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
But no, it was one house. Like, listen, I've been complaining to my wife for weeks about these people not cutting their grass, right? But I just complain to my wife.
Do you know who to call about that?
Do you know who to call? I imagine. Yes.
Okay, so we don't have HOA. I think we got to call the city. Our city, because I was cutting the grass today, and like the next door neighbors. Okay, I ain't gonna put it. One of our neighbors' grass was so high. There's a body in there. There's got to be a body, bro. It's so high, like so high. Like, and you know it's bad. Like, your neighbor cut their grass and you'd be like, okay, now I need to cut my grass, because like they cut, it's a fresh cut. It might be a half an inch taller. That just bothers me. No, their grass is literally, I would say, like this, like almost 7-8 inches higher than what I just
growing
cut.
the cattails yet?
Yes.
Yeah, see, like that, now you're out of bounds. Yeah, like they tripping now at this point. But they're about to get reported. So yeah, I'm going to be that neighbor. I'm going to have to call. As you should, because listen, man, we walk by. I'd be like, man, it irked me to see it. I'm like,
oh
man, listen, they really
it's an eyesore.
And bro, and I mean, they got nice cars over there, so it ain't like they broke. You know what I'm saying? They got, and so like I had just been saying that amongst me and my wife. Well, one day they got on that Facebook group, and I mean, like, somebody said it without necessarily directly saying who it was, but it was kind of one of those things where everybody knew.
Everybody knew who you were talking about.
Oh, I mean, I didn't say anything, but yes, who they were talking about, they was up there. They was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I think that, I think as a person living in this community, man, you have a responsibility to upkeep your yard for, you know what I'm saying, for the whole community, man, keep our property values up, man. Like that's kind of ridiculous. And he's like, man, this one house in particular, and he's like, it's off of the main road or whatever. Like it's a real eyesore. Yeah. So yeah, they gave it all up, and then somebody was like, well, maybe they fell on hard times or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't give them such a hard time or whatever. And then Mans was like, nah, man, if you seen the cars that they drive, I'm pretty sure they make more money than me. So they could definitely hire somebody to come cut their grass. And so I was just reading. I was like, ooh, I mean, it was in there airing this person out. And then next thing I know, the post got deleted. And then the next day I seen Mans out there cutting the grass. I was like, oh, they must have saw it. They must have saw it and realized that they was getting aired out. Rightfully so, though. I was like, man.
I mean, yeah, because like, all it takes is one neighbor. And like, you just never want to be that neighbor. Regardless if it be the grass getting cut, or maybe you that neighbor that puts your trash out all day long. Something. You just can't be that person. Just follow uniform. You know what I'm saying? Just follow uniformity, man. There's always that one neighbor that like tries to catch the trash guy as he's coming down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always that one neighbor that parks in front of everybody's crib, that parks the wrong way. You just don't want to be that neighbor, man. You know?
So, bro, I do everything I can to not end up on that Summer Jam screen. So,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, man, I try to be staying on our P's and Q's. Like, all right, man, like, let's keep the lawn looking real good, man, and just mind your business out here. Right. Because, man, like, yeah, they would be quick to air you out.
Yeah.
Like I told you, it's a family out there to just get aired out once a week.
I love it. When you sent that to me, I went and looked for our Facebook page in our township. Like, yo, where's our Facebook page at? I found it, but I think I got to subscribe to them to see the full threads on what's going on.
So what happened is you probably have to send them your address, so that way they know that you actually part of the community, because that's what ours required. Like, you had to send them where you lived or whatever. Wow. You had to tell them what your address was, and they was like, all right, bet. So when they seen it, they was like, all right, cool. So I was like, yeah, y'all know I'm here. You know, hey, whatever, it's cool. Right. We here. Right. So like, and I realized my neighbors are in there and all that stuff. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It gets sticky. It gets sticky in that Facebook group.
Have you kicked it with the neighbors yet?
Kicked it? No. I've had conversation with it, but nah, like I kind of like being that neighbor where it's like, yo, listen, they don't bother nobody and they stay to themselves. So it's like, if I see you outside, I'll always wave.
It's going to be one neighbor. It's going to be one set of neighbors that you're going to kick it with. I guarantee that. It's going to be one. Like, all of them know, because that's the same with us. We say hi and bye to everybody. We're very cordial. Although the wife has a friend down the street now, like, and that's a whole nother thing. Like they every time we come, I told you the people that be outside all day. If I walk out my house right now, they're out there, and I could just they looking for that wave, and I give them the wave. But the neighbors right next to us, they the ones that took us to Cooper Hawk. And we wanted to drink wine and stuff with. So you're gonna have one set of neighbors you're gonna kick it with. That's gonna be like, all right, these are the ones.
I can see the one neighbor because like I've talked to old boy outside before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one day he caught me outside and I think I was throwing some trash away. He was doing his yard or whatever. And at some point, Amazon had accidentally delivered one of our packages with theirs. Okay. So like we were gone that day. Well, no. So he brought it over. Once he realized he brought it over, whatever, he left it on our doorstep. So I remember seeing him on our cameras walking to the door. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't know what he wanted, but, you know, whatever. So when I saw him out there, whatever, he came over. He was like, man, I just wanted to let you know, man, I'm so sorry for opening that package. And I was like, what? He's like, that Amazon package, man, it came to our house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got some other packages. I just didn't realize it. So I opened it, not looking at the label. And you know what I'm saying? But when I looked at it, I figured, you know what I mean? I realized it wasn't ours. So he's right. So, but like the thing is, I didn't even realize that it had been opened, and I really didn't care. It was just some glass containers, like for our lunches or whatever. I was like, hey man, listen, don't worry about it. It's fine. I appreciate you for bringing it back over, but it's really no problem or whatever. So I talked to him for a second or whatever, but it was about to rain, so I got out of it luckily. Okay. But I was like, I can see myself, you know what I'm saying, probably talking with Buddy, you know what I'm saying. He seemed like a cool guy, so I was like, he all right. I mean, all my neighbors have been cool, but
yeah, that's a blessing, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah,
but you don't get them neighbors you just don't really rock with like that unless you're those neighbors that nobody rocks with. Then it's like, okay, it don't matter. But
yeah, exactly. But so that's why I always make sure when I see him outside, I, you know what I'm saying, say hello and all that. But otherwise, like, bro, I just trying to stay low key, like just trying to stay off the Summer Jam screen. Like, man, listen, I'm gonna just mind my business in my house. I don't do nothing to nobody, bro. Like when we walk around, we say hello, how are you to everybody, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? We've talked, we've exchanged names. It's all good, man. It's all it's all Gucci over here. Matter of fact, it made that funny is because before that, something for them had ended up in our mail. It was like a prescription or something like that. So once we got it out of our mailbox, we walked it over, just set it on their doorstep or whatever. And since they have a camera, we were like, hey, this, you know what I'm saying? We just set it in the camera. Hey, this was in our mailbox or whatever. So it's like, we just trying to be cool, man. Yeah. Just trying to be cool.
I mean, and that right there is setting the marker. It seems like the baseline, but that's literally you're being a good neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You're being a good neighbor. That's what it comes down to. What's going on? Last week? We didn't record last week. Took little Nadir to school. Another one out the house. We're down to 3 now. You know what I'm saying? So it's now just me and the wife versus the 3 little ones, or now the 3 regular ones. They're like the current gen, I call them. They're the current gen kids, you know. The older kids are the older gen kids. They're all
previous gen.
They're all down there, man. We're like pros.
I know it's all kind of snacks in that house now.
Oh man, everything's
snacks.
clean.
Ice cream ain't getting ate up.
I can go to every bathroom in here and feel good about it. You know what I mean? Because it was when Nadir was here, man. That bathroom up here, bro. We didn't even go in it. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, man, we go in there. It's like, man, this is our home again.
Yeah, you gave it a nice deep scrub, and now it's over with.
Deep scrub. Now you see his bedroom door is right here. It's still closed. We ain't going in there yet. I'm going to give it about another week or so, and I'm going to go in there and just bag everything up to when he comes home and give him that good kick in the pants to understand, like, you know, hey, man, you're gone.
It's over.
Yeah, exactly. This is now a common area, you know, until it gets transferred to Buddy's room.
Yeah, I was going to say now, how long before you give it to Buddy? Because that's what I figured was going to happen.
I'm trying to think, is he up here right now? No.
It's bunk beds in there, right?
No, Cleese has bunk beds. Well, in his room. Yeah, there's bunk beds in there, but those are getting thrown away. What him and Malik did to those bunk beds, we don't even talk about. I don't even know what's going on. I think within like the first week. No, not none of that. I'm talking about like it was like the way they live in there, man. Like it may or may not have sheets. As a teenager, you always had sheets on your bed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, you and I are a lot alike in the fact that we're very neat people. And like just to be able to live in there without sheets on the bed, like we'll peek in there like, hey man, how do you sleep without sheets on the bed? Like everything in there is getting thrown away. Like everything. Like it's gonna be like if I could afford it, I would break it all down to the studs. New drywall, new paint, new everything. Just to get a fresh my buddy in there with a fresh new of everything, you know. But no,
I was say you should have told him to crack the window before he left.
Well, see, that's the thing. Once again, our spoiled kids, man. There's an air conditioner in there. We put a portable air AC unit in there. Don't give me the squint, Kev. I know.
Well, see, that meant that you expected them to touch the thermostat. So
no,
it was like, yo, we're gonna avoid that.
Well, the loft area in their bedroom is above the garage, so for some reason it gets warm in there. And I think it was because of the game. I'm not necessarily sure because it isn't hot in there now. But I end up getting them an AC unit, so it's always cool in there. I'm gonna take it out when Buddy gets in there because he'll probably keep the door open.
I got you.
So yeah, man, another one out the door, bro. Nothing but the 3 little ones left, in the house now. So achievement unlocked, bro.
Leftovers getting left.
Man, ooh, for real. I can leave some juice in the fridge and know I'm gonna get some when I come back. Because like it was a time when him and Malik were both here. I leave some like a gallon of juice in there. If I left throughout the day, I would get like cold sweats at work, like anime sweats. Like, oh, I'm not getting any juice because it's all getting drank. They're gonna drink it all. Not now.
Yeah,
I get
save me a sip
at all, man. They don't care about none of that.
Little kids still have to ask.
Yes, they want to ask.
So,
yeah,
exactly. So like they haven't, you know what I mean? I still think about the ice cream story.
Oh.
Like, what was it? You bought like 3 gallons of ice cream,
bro,
and you were like, man, by Sunday, like they had plowed through all of it. They were eating like a gallon a day. You didn't even get a scoop.
I'm gonna tell you what pissed me off about that whole story is when I asked nephew, he was sitting there eating some ice cream, and I said, hey man, like y'all ate all the ice cream, and his response was only had 2 scoops, right? I was like, all right. So I looked at his bowl. Kev, the bowl was like, it was like the old Tupperware bowl. Like it was technically 2 scoops, but the scoops was like the size of like a miniature watermelon. I'm like, fam, like I want to slap you right now, bro. Like I'm not violent.
Each scoop was a pint.
Yeah, each scoop was a pint. Like I want to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to get violent right now. And at that moment, that's when I knew, like, I gotta get these cats up out of here, man. At least the girls, they drunk up everything. And my oldest, Kennedy would just, she's the jack of all drinks is what I call her. Kennedy will have a glass of something and never finish it. She'll have like 15 glasses of something and never finish it. Like even I know when she's over at the house. I know when she's here because there'll be something in the refrigerator that's half drunk and that's hers. I know it's there.
Toya does that a little bit.
Really?
I wondered if now that she has her own space that if she still does it. Toya does it a little bit. Like a lot of times she'll at least go back and finish the stuff now. But like, man, that used to just drive me crazy.
Oh man,
it's like, man, like a pop that was like open and back in the refrigerator. I'm like, hey, listen, either pour it out or finish it.
Yeah.
But like this being open in the refrigerator is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I think it might just be a female thing as far as because she did that when we first got together. She used to do that. She don't do that now. She just drinks water. But before she would have like a bunch of things that were half drunk, like on a nightstand.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. But all right, man. That's all that's going on, man. Let's start like we always do. We've been playing. What you been playing, bro?
Nothing, man.
Nothing?
Yeah, you know what? I've been wanting to go back and start playing Fallout 3 on PC.
Really?
Like that's really where I want to go. I really want to kind of focus back on PC gaming. Like I've really been slacking, but I've just been like, man, I'm about to like school's about to start back up, man. Getting into our master's program, so it's like, I mean, I already know like times is about to get, I'm balanced. Listen, I didn't get a chance to. They about to give me a third job.
Really?
They about to give me another project. I was like,
are you almost done with the other project?
I got a couple more weeks, so yeah, I'm almost done with that. Thank you. But so yeah, they was like the reward for good work is more work. So they was like, oh yeah, so you're doing good with that. Well, guess what? There's another one coming down the pipeline after that. And then I also kind of feel like so like I was having a conversation with somebody and they were like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Once this is live, we're gonna look to hire somebody to manage the content. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, hey, if there's ever anything that I can help you guys with, just let me know.
Oh no, they don't want you to help.
Well, listen, yeah, because then there was just kind of a silence, like.
was your gears going as they said that? They're sitting there smiling.
Afterwards, then I thought about it like, oh wait a second.
Just looking around like, oh, they want me to do that.
Right. Oh, we're trying to turn this into a permanent thing, huh? Oh, okay.
Just like that, huh?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go. I don't know, but so I mean, listen, it's a blessing. But
I'm about to say for sure.
Yeah, listen. I just bought this house.
It ain't gonna pay for itself.
Feed me.
That basement ain't gonna finish itself now.
Exactly.
Stuff always got to get done. At some point, Dad went the new Camry. I mean, the new Camaro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, no, I'm already thinking about like, man, dang, am I gonna have to buy another car? Because like, listen, that wintertime drive gonna get wickets. But Yeah. Like the build. This is the part they never tell you about being an adult, man. The build, like, well, actually, I take that back. My dad told me, as I was going out the door, like, hey, boy, are you sure you want to go outside?
Yeah.
Because listen, once you're out there now,
every month.
Every month. Once you start paying them, man, it don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And listen, once you go outside, you can't come back in.
Oh,
very sorry, man.
Yep. Your dad did you a solid. You ain't straddling that fence. Go be an adult. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know?
So he's like, so just make sure right now that this is what you want, man. Now, listen, you my son. I love you, boy. I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do whatever you need, man. Whatever you got. Unless what you need is to bring your behind back here.
Right.
That can happen. Listen, it wasn't until I was a well-formed, fully grown adult where it was like, hey, listen, if ever you guys needed to come back home and just stack some money or whatever, that's fine. Just know that is an option. But if I'd have been like 22, like, hey, man, listen, I fell flat on my face. I need to come back home. No.
Go make it.
Yeah. Right. Stand up. You fell flat on your face. Stand up. Here's a couple dollars to help you get up.
Right.
But, Go figure it out.
So nothing, huh?
Nothing. I've not been playing anything. 2K is over with. But I do want to get back into some of the Game Pass games. Like Game Pass,
bro, it's some out there.
It's all right.
We're gonna get into a new one that's coming out. It's gonna get to one. Yeah. I've been all in Game Pass. Pause. I've been dabbling in a bunch of stuff, man. I played the multiverses. Very cool concept. You know, cool concept. I played the tutorial to unlock Wonder Woman, and that was it. I never went back. It was a cool game. The Rumbleverse is like a wrestling game. It was a demo for that. I played a little bit of that. That was pretty cool. But the demo I've been playing, and then I'm probably not going to buy it, is Madden. And I think the reason why is because it still seems the same to me. It seems like, so EA Play or whatever through Game Pass, it comes for, you can play 10 hours of it. And I played about 2 hours, and I might have got my fix, man. Until I go to the barbershop and I hear the guys talking again, I might end up playing it.
No, I saved that other 8 for the guys at the barbershop and pause. But you know what I mean? That then you have your fix, man. And game paid for itself. It's cool.
That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Cause like the thing that I forget is, like, I haven't bought a PS5 game in a while. It's $69.99. I just really I don't want to pay $69.99 for a game. Like I hovered over the Spider-Man for PC, the definitive edition, which looks gorgeous. I thought about it.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't. I'm not gonna do it. But I've been doing a ton of PC gaming because I've been on my Steam Deck. So I played a little bit of Elden Ring, a little bit of that, but nothing really to where I sunk my teeth in. To where, like, I'm getting ready. I want to get 2K23. I'm gonna probably pre-order that. You know, I thought about that, but like, okay, so what did you think about the pre-order for that? So if you get the Championship Edition, because I know that's the one you're getting, that has Michael Jordan on the cover. If you do that, 2K is going to give you 12 months of League Pass.
That's actually not too bad then.
I know.
That's not too bad. Now, see, now you didn't change, because listen, sir. I was actually planning to kind of sit this out for a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I've not pre-ordered it. Yeah, I was gonna just sit it out for a while, just because it's like, bro, I already knew I was gonna be infinitely busy coming up here over the next couple of months, and any money that I spend, I really just want to spend on stuff for the house. Like, like I didn't realize that it was gonna be so cheap, but it was also going to be so expensive. All them little purchases add up, man. Every time you look up, it's like, man, you know, we need to buy some more coasters. It's like, do I?
Listen, it's to the point where Amazon doesn't deliver something and they're asking me questions like, is everything okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I just ordered, like, I forget what I ordered, but I had to make an order. Like, Amazon, I don't know how it would have functioned without Amazon. It's so convenient at this point, man. Like, everything comes right to my doorstep, you know? Like, it's to the point where I will research something and go to the store and research it just to go home and order it on Amazon. So it makes more sense. But no, you're right. Those little things add up with that. But the one thing you said about being super busy, you might not play 2K, but you're going to utilize that Game Pass.
That League Pass, yeah, absolutely.
I said
so, but see, I didn't know that was included. So now, like, that just really sweetened the pot. That kind of makes it worth it. I probably will go ahead and pre-order it now. But it's like, man, spending $100. Listen, I ain't really bought no shoes, brother.
Really?
Like, to the point where Toya actually been kind of sending me stuff like, hey, you want these? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, that's $200 I could be spending on coasters.
Yeah.
Or just whatever else around this house. Like, you know, I'm ready to hang up pictures and just get stuff. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's the part about buying a home that you don't think about. Like, we didn't I say the first year, I don't think we decorated the walls, and then we start hanging pictures. I'm like, man, this house looks totally different with stuff on the walls. You know what I mean? Like, it changes up everything. I end up getting the Citrus 7s just because they've always been on my list. I always wanted them. From when I got the originals.
Yeah, I almost grabbed them. Yeah,
they're retail still.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not spending the money.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. I got those, and was there anything else I bought? That was it. I haven't bought anything else. I say I'm done, but only thing left I have on my list for the year is the Silver Bullet Air Max 90. Is it 95s? The Silver Bullets.
Yeah, because you just like them. You try to get them pennies.
Yeah, I try to get them pennies. Oh, I got the pennies too. I got the other pennies. But I wanted those. Them Orlando's pissed me off. I still don't understand why they're so sought after, and they didn't make enough. They just didn't make enough because they're still resale is like $370.
Wow.
And that was a general release. At least they thought they were. But
see, that's wild.
It is, man. I'm telling you, sneakers let me down, man. But yeah, so even though you're gonna be busy, that Game Pass is gonna be utilized. That's what's gonna make me buy it. I'm gonna do it for that.
See, I thought you'd have been sitting it out just because it's like, yo, listen, you kind of had that last push having to get, you know what I'm saying, nephew out the house. So it's like, yo, you got to kind of go on that spending spree, but then you saving on the back end because it's like, listen, ain't no more shoes, ain't no more clothes. Yeah. So here, I'm gonna lace you up, my boy. I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna take care of this. Yeah, because it's over. You know what I'm saying? This still lasts. Hoorah. This is it. Enjoy yourself.
Right. Be merry. Right. I try to finesse it a little bit. I try to tell him, hey man, why don't you ask for that digital copy of 2K? The championship edition, because we do Game Pass share together, so he can get it and I'll have it too. Trust me, I'm trying to. I ain't over. I'm still trying to get him to do it. But speaking of Game Pass though, man. So Death Stranding, your boy Kojima, went ahead and unreleased the Death Stranding is coming to Game Pass next week on the 23rd.
Game Pass PC though, you have to make that distinction. Xbox broke boys still can't play
it. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, that's the part about it that. Even in boxing, when I was looking at people were trying to take it as a dub, like Xbox was trying to take it as a dub. Like, nah, you got to be a PC gamer to really utilize that. Which I do believe that Game Pass for PC is the sweet spot for Game Pass. Because you're a PC gamer, I would definitely utilize it, Kev. There's some gems on there, man. It's a lot of stuff to play, especially with with this coming too. I never thought about playing Death Stranding, but I'm going to play it now.
Like, bro, I'm really looking forward to being able to play it on PC. That's why I also wanted to play Fallout 3 on PC, because it's like, yo, I hear it's a different experience. I haven't played that game in so long. I might either play that or New Vegas, one of the two. Okay. But it's like I just want to play it on PC. Like, if it was like, oh, you can play on Xbox, no, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But on PC, I'm actually going to try to play mouse and keyboard, because I hear that Fallout is a completely different experience on mouse and keyboard.
Really? So you actually did pretty well with what was the game you were playing with mouse and keyboard? Oh, Grand Theft.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah,
which I'm going to get back on that too.
Really? Oh, man.
Now that they put Goku in there, I got to have it.
Yo, has there any, besides Grand Theft Auto 5, has there been another game that really has kind of like just reinvented itself the best over the years other than Fortnite?
No, I have to give them their props, especially to still be free.
Yeah. I mean, think about Goku, but think about the events that they had, like the Travis Scott event, like a concert, like the end of the season event where they had the comet come down and everyone was there, like experience. Like Fortnite creates moments that makes you have to be there. And like Khalees is a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I'm gonna tell you, Khalees is all about Fortnite. Like I come into the house and I hear the bass from the theater downstairs. She's down there getting it in. Like, and she's really gotten pretty good too. But like she's very serious about it. But one thing about it is, and this is one thing I love about the PS5, is I can give her parental controls where she can play but she can't talk. So I love that I can kind of lock it down a little bit, because you already know people are buttholes, and I don't know who she's playing with. Somebody might say, "Oh, it's gonna meet me at the park." I'm cool on that.
Cool. Listen, or just cussing at her. Period. Like, I'm gonna take that very personally. Absolutely. Like, bro, like you saw how personal I took it when we was playing Call of Duty. And man's got to talking crazy to you. I'm like, hey, look, I'm not having it, bro. I ain't having it. So you
jump right into it, man. Yeah, you jump right into it too.
Yeah, I'm not having it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, with Game Pass on PC, I think you'll be able to really have a good time with it, man. And Fortnite is kind of reinventing itself, man. And they got Goku on there. I'm interested, but nah, I'm not getting back into it. I'll live through you on that one.
Yeah, listen, I'm like, Khalees hasn't asked to get Goku yet.
She did ask for V-Bucks. That time has now started with her. She's asking for V-Bucks, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what she's asking for is for Goku, because she watched Dragon Ball Super, so she understands the characters and everything. Piccolo's probably still buns on there if he's on there, but I tell you one thing, man, about gaming though is like it kind of is. Everyone loves a redemption story, because like what made me say this is like I saw that Tiger Woods is going to be on the cover of 2K23, the golf game, and I remember they tried to scrape that man from the archives when he got into his trouble when he cheated on his wife, and
that's weird.
It's very weird. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. I was very weird. Like, my man made a mistake, and yeah, I mean, a lot of y'all probably, you know what I mean? Like, some of y'all have probably done the same thing, and y'all trying to get rid of the greatness that he is was a golfer. Like, okay, he was a crappy husband, but nonetheless, he still could play the game. Play golf. Yeah. Hey, buddy, I'm recording. Okay, buddy, I'm recording. Buddy, you have to go. Okay, you have to go.
Hey,
we can talk later. Okay, tell mommy. Okay, there's a problem.
Hey, oh, okay. I thought he changed his mind. It's like, hey, listen, you got 2 weeks, man. Whatever you come up with in the next 2 weeks, I got you. No problem. No worries.
Yeah. But Tiger Woods is on the cover of 2K23 now, man. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm still not gonna play. I don't care. Like, when's the last time you played I don't know the last time you played a golf video game.
I do know. It was Tiger Woods golf, but it was on the Wii. That was the last one I played.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, listen, there is a space for that. It can be fun, but no, thank you. Especially for $70, not gonna happen. Not a chance in the world that you're gonna get $70 out of me for that. But I am happy to see that. Tiger Woods, they brought him back. You know what really happened was, man, that Rory McIlroy golf wasn't selling. It was like, man, let's try to hit him with a little nostalgia.
Right. That's probably what it was too. I was just amazed to see him on the cover because it kind of went under the radar. That they threw Tiger back on the cover again. I was like, oh man, Tiger's on the cover again. They try to really get him up out the paint. Now EA's coming back. Like, I don't understand that one. Although EA, I think, they definitely spun the block. But I definitely think EA is kind of like biding their time. Hopefully, especially when they lose that football contract, they get that back. Like 2K can come and hold their feet to the fire a little better.
Man, somebody got to do something, man. Listen, games have been so boring.
I know.
Like, there is nothing going on in gaming. There are no good games coming out. Like, we're just it's really in a bad spot. You know what? But what I did realize, I should say, I need to go pick up that Horizons Forbidden West. I did forget about that game.
I did forget about that one.
I need to go pick that up because when I played the first one on PlayStation, on PS5, that was actually a great game. So I actually do need to spin around, go grab that, and pause. But hopefully it's on sale. Do games go on sale anymore?
Oh, PC games always go on sale.
Well, I mean, yeah, PC, but I'm saying console games. Like, do we get sales anymore?
No. I've never seen. That's what always the same games I have for my PS5 is the same ones I always have because I don't. It's hard. Like when Spider-Man came out for PC, it immediately was on sale the next day. It was like $49.99. You know what I'm saying? And that's considered current gen. I guess I can't say next gen, but the PS5 and the Xbox Series X games are still $69.99. I don't know. I just can't do it, man.
Bro, it's been 2 years. It's like, yo, listen, they trying to do the Nintendo thing, and it's like, I'm not having it, bro.
No.
I'm not having it.
Definitely not.
And they're not coming with no heat. Like Elden Ring, I was proud to pay the $70, bro. I bought that digital because I'm like, yo, it don't even matter. I got to have it right now. Like, I ain't waiting.
Right.
And I'd buy it again if I had to because it was that good. It was worth every dime.
Absolutely.
But we ain't getting no heat no more, man. Like, they not releasing no games. Like, this, what's that thing called? The Switch. Man, when's the last time Nintendo came out with a banger? I wouldn't know. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't know.
They really trying to finesse us on that too, especially with Zelda not coming out yet. There's no reason why Zelda shouldn't have come out. You know that game is done.
Gotta be.
You know it's done.
But like, why we ain't got more Mario games or just something, bro? Like, why ain't been I mean, I guess the new Pokemon came out, but or it's about to come out or something like that. I'm not really sure. But it's like, as far as a console generation, it's been low key weak for the Switch.
It has been. It has been because, I mean, with the pandemic, they did have Animal Crossing when that came, and that got like a cult following during that run.
But why didn't get like an expansion pack on Animal Crossing or something like that?
We did, but it was trash.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it should have really just jumped off. Like, it should, like, Animal Crossing should be a much more immersive game than what it actually is.
Oh no, 1,000%. I gave you the blueprint on that before. I think like, Animal Crossing, they fumbled the bag when they didn't have pets. They didn't have something that made you come back and come. Even turned it into like y'all could release like the little Tamagotchi joints where you could walk it. Maybe I shouldn't be giving away too much of this because I think they're going to do it and we're not going to get anything for it. Well, this is recorded. This will be on. I'm going to tell them it's copyright infringement.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
But you know, it's Nintendo has definitely kind of like dropped the ball in that sense. But gaming has gotten lazy, man. Like the developers have they pride on all this nostalgia, bro. You know?
All I could think was like, man, well, what would happen if you didn't, if you didn't take care of it? Because like, yo, you really think about it, man. Tamagotchi was kind of cruel. Like, man, your animal just died. Yeah, it just died. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, listen, man, the animal pooped all over the place. You never cleaned it up. He died. He died from too much exposure to poop, disease, and bacteria.
I think games need to get back to that. Remember Oregon Trail? Oregon Trail was one of the first realizations. Like, yo, you named your characters, and you know, I got Kev out here. Me and Kev are on. Yo, then they say, oh, Kev got polio. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Kev got a fever. Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's bad. It's bad out here. But you know, them games wasn't made for kids.
Right.
And like, and also like people are so sensitive now. Like Nintendo, they can't have a game. So essentially, like if you didn't come back to the game, maybe your pet would be mad at you, or maybe they ran away. But they couldn't really give you consequences. Like, yo, listen, your pet died of dysentery and starvation. See, because you didn't turn the game on.
Maybe we're giving Nintendo some game here because they should do that with Animal Crossing. I mean, think about it. I mean, because like as long as it's been since I played Animal Crossing, probably the same for you. My characters should all be dead. It should be weeds all over the place to the point where like I turned it on now. The worst thing that happens is I got roaches.
Yeah, I would say you got roaches. That's it.
Yeah.
You just walk through every room and step on them, and then that's all. And you know what I'm saying? Your hair is all messed up.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they do need to have something in there something that you really actually have to take care of. And make some like once we made all that money, it didn't matter anymore. It was like
that's what it was. Yeah, that's what we figured it out. But they got to figure out what they're doing. They got to have like Animal Crossing Facebook group where they try to get you be that neighbor, they get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to have something like that on there. You know,
the community got to matter more because it's like I didn't care nothing about none of the characters that lived on my island.
Right. Exactly. I didn't care about that to the point where I kind of followed your blueprint where they would get disgruntled. I would just say, all right, man, peace.
Yeah. Here you go. Ain't no prisoners on this island, man. See ya. Goodbye. And then when the next one showed up, because you notice after you got to a certain amount, like no more people showed up to your island until you kicked somebody out. So then when the next one showed up, I just wouldn't even talk to him. I'd just ignore him. Like, man, I don't know you, man. Like, and then they be all ugly. It's like, man, nah, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's nasty.
All right, man. Well, ain't nothing else really going on gaming news. It's kind of a slow point in the year right now.
It's been a slow year for gaming, man. Outside of Elden Ring coming through and crushing the buildings, like that was really the only bright spot in gaming this year. I have not heard anybody talking about any other games that we hadn't. It was just continuations. Like, man, it was the same thing. Duty, Fortnite, 2K, Madden a little bit, and MLB The Show didn't even really catch on like I thought it would.
It didn't. And that game was free on Game Pass. I would have thought I'd been playing it or we'd played it or something, but we ain't even talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just a dead point in gaming right now. It's a dead point in sports. Like I saw Skip and Shannon was talking about Bronny's dunk, and they were, sports got to chill out, man. I know it's a dead point in the year. They was interviewing one of the little league guys who fell out his bunk bed. I'm like, fam. Like, do I got to turn from Sports Center now? Like I mean, my man's fell off his bunk bed, and we're really doing a FaceTime call with him and his coach.
Wow. Like,
come on, man. Like, what have we come to? But the NBA still keeps us with the storylines. KD, your boy, came out and said he drew a line in the sand. You know, he basically said trade me or fire Steve Nash and Steve Marks is his name. Is it Steve Marks?
Yeah, I believe it's Steve Marks.
Okay, so he
or Sean Marks.
Sean Marks. There we go. The GM and the coach. So he said either trade me or fire these two guys. What do you think of this?
Oh, Josiah definitely get rid of the front office. Like, they're very replaceable. Happening. You're not going to find another KD. Like, listen, that's why immediately was like, man, we stand firm with the front office. He just didn't need them boys, you know what I'm saying, causing no ruckus while he moving on out.
They haven't been fired yet, though.
Hey, man, they got plenty of time. KD also ain't been traded yet.
True,
but you ain't heard no more traction on trade EK rumors.
Well, so I think they're gonna run it back. They're gonna run it back because like, how do you have all of them come back or do you think it's possible they all can just come back and just run it back with everybody in there?
Nah, not with you can't have Nash and Marks. At least one of them got to go. And I think Steve Nash, of course, going to be the first one to go.
You think so?
All right. Yeah, he's first. Listen, he's first man on chopping block. If he makes it to training camp, I'll be very surprised.
But training camp's in less than a month, Kev.
Hey, listen. As long as they had a new coach installed, that's fine.
Well, don't you? So
that's
at
fine.
This point,
he'd get hired a week before.
No
problem.
Who do you think it would be?
Mark Jackson.
That'd be dope. I ain't gonna lie to you. If that's what it would take, I would love to see that. Although I don't know if that would. I'd love to see it. I don't know if it'd work, but I'd love to see it. You know.
I think that he would command enough respect in the locker room that, you know what I'm saying, he could right this ship, because I just don't think Steve Nash could. Steve Nash had to play against KD. I don't know if he ever had to play against Kyrie, but he had to play against KD, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yo, I can't really respect you, and I used to bust you down on the court. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna tell me anything? I was out there showing you. So, but Kev, I mean, mind you, it was an old, washed up Steve Nash, but still, there's some overlap.
Out of all of this, you're not gonna hold your boy Kyrie responsible for causing all this, because you know this is all on him. No, man, I can't hold him responsible, man. Like, listen, Mans would just stand up for what he believed in. Like, no, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, did Muhammad Ali ruin boxing by, you know, what I'm saying,
don't you dare compare Kyrie to Muhammad Ali. Don't you dare try to do that right now.
Yeah, we talking about two strong black men trying to take a stand for what they believe
nasty,
in,
bro. That's nasty that you try to do that. That is nasty. Yeah. I know
Kyrie didn't just do this for himself, bro. He did it for people across the world, man.
So Kyrie took that leave of absence around his birthday for everybody across the world too.
Don't you want to leave of absence around your birthday? Huh? Yeah. Kyrie did it. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie did that, so hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Right in the middle of COVID.
And I knew I asked the question. I knew I was asking it. I knew what your answer was going to be. Even if it wasn't the truth of what you thought it was, to appease me, you're not going to even agree to it. So,
hey, listen, man, we got to take it to the next level.
No, I feel you. Yo, I'm going to tell you, last pod, yo, you ascended. We haven't talked about that. You ascended last pod, bro. Like, you really was in golden Kev form. Like, you went to the golden form, bro. Like, I listened back to that episode and I literally was laughing. Like, yo, this dude really went there. Like, I loved every bit of it though.
Hey, sometimes, man, you know,
but it needed to be said.
Yeah, somebody got to say it sometimes. Just like, man, listen, we talked about Skip criticizing Bronny, which is like, yo, Skip, you first of all, I don't think he was really trying to criticize Bronny. I think he was just trying to throw a shot at LeBron. And it's slow season. He had to stir the pot a little bit. But I saw somebody said, like, yo, listen, Skip gonna be criticizing Savannah's cooking next week. And I lost it.
Mike, Juanita would not have used all that seasoning. You know, that's just not what.
Yeah. And I mean, she made the mac and cheese with no roux. I mean, come on.
Is that processed? Is that Kraft mac and cheese? Like, what is she doing?
I mean, you know, that's why Bronny's only 6'2".
I will say, though, all jokes aside, man, I got to eat a little crow when it comes to Bronny.
Hey, he all right. But listen, right? Bryce still the one, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The youngest one. God. Bryce is the one.
Yeah.
Like, whew.
Yeah, he's definitely the one. It being a slow point, I will say, like, and I'm not on the gram or anything, but I did see the clip on Twitter of LeBron, both his sons and him doing layup line. They all dunking. If I'm LeBron, I'd be like, yo, the Lord could take me. Because like that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm doing the layup drill with my two sons and we all banging. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's achievement unlocked for sure.
But, man, Bryce just looks so smooth. It's like, man, my goodness. I'm like, whew.
And he got tall quick, too.
What they say, 6'6"? So he already taller than Bronny? I'm like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. Get a little big brother. Now you're the little big brother.
It's always it's always the youngest ones that end up being the one, like LaMelo. Like, it's always the younger ones. That's like probably the ones they following after the older brothers.
So they got to get abused their whole lives. You know what I'm saying? Big brother just out there made them tougher.
Absolutely. I mean, you got like it's always the youngest. Like my baby sister, she likes like the black licorice, and I was wondering like, why do you like that? But
because that's all y'all left for.
That's all we left her. And she said that. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. So yeah, the babies end up being stronger than the older kids, the older ones or whatever. So you're saying that KD is going to be the last man standing on that. They're going to fire the GM and Steve Nash, huh?
1,000%. Because I heard Kyrie said the same thing. Was like, yo, you know what? I'll be happy to stay, but Steve Nash got to go.
They don't want Kyrie though.
They don't want Steve Nash that bad neither, though, man.
It's like, man, all this came from them not giving Kyrie his extension.
Well, I heard that they've eased up on not giving Kyrie the extension. That's also the word around town, is that they're a little bit more open to giving him the bag.
Okay, as they should.
So, yeah,
as they should. It's almost like they were trying to punish him or something, and that didn't make a lot of sense.
I think now cooler heads have prevailed. You know what I'm saying? The season is over. It's like, all right, we got to look towards the future and like, let's be smart here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we really fighting to keep Steve Nash for? Like, it ain't like not like he just won all these championships as a coach and, you know what I'm saying, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's like, we gave a guy off the street a chance, essentially, just on the strength of his name. Like, who cares? I mean. Right.
And like you said, though, when it comes down to it, it's like, I mean, it's Steve Nash. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, get him out of here. So
we all wonder why he got hired.
Word. We did. And we should have known when they came. But which is weird, though, because KD was like in a defendant of him, though, for a very long time.
He had to be, man.
You think he had to be?
Yeah, KD was just being a good soldier in that regard.
Okay. So now he wants to pick up the red lightsaber now.
Because they ain't winning. He like, man, listen, you saw KD and Harden out there, they hanging out at Travis Scott concerts. Yes. They working out together, whatever. Mm-hmm. KD and Harden, that must have been his man's.
So you don't think anything should come about of KD and Jason Tatum working out together? Do you kind of just
they work out together every offseason, so I wasn't really surprised by that. So yeah, that's not a first. That's the only reason why I wasn't like, that's not a first. But KD and Harden working out, I was like, oh, yeah, that's not good. Because I mean, you remember All-Star Game, the tension that was there when KD didn't pick James Harden or whatever.
Yeah, oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, now y'all hanging out at concerts and working out together.
The snake KD is working his way to Philly, bro.
Listen,
he's working his way to Philly.
I can't disagree with you on that, man.
Okay,
like, it does kind of feel like, but maybe he's also holding the Nets' feet to the fire. Like, all right, look, you know what I mean?
Okay,
y'all like doing deals with Philly so much.
I want it on record right now. If he does get traded to Philly, which I don't think is gonna happen, but if he were to get traded to Philly, okay, all right, that's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's man. All I wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? You used to be in the red, white, and blue, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trusting the process from there on out.
Yeah, I do like
processed beard.
Those new KDs are pretty fire too, by the way.
They are. The new Lebrons are nice, man.
They are.
Nike basketball is doing their thing. The only thing that they fumbled was letting Kyrie go, which they might reconsider that too.
Yes, they might do. Speaking of LeBron, he signed a new 2-year deal, $97.1 million. He is now the highest earning NBA player in NBA history at $532 million in guaranteed money.
Yeah, he just passed KD, which tells me that soon KD will be the highest player.
Yeah, KD is going to surpass him. I didn't think nothing of it. I mean, it's par for the course, man. I mean, he gets a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option. So, and as you should, LeBron has earned that part, in his career, man. You pay the man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, pay the guys. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just got to kick some over to that other league, and
it's not going to happen. You and I both know it's not going to happen.
So apparently, now I've been trying to do better in support. Mm-hmm. So man, I saw WNBA playoffs started.
Okay.
Well, first of all, did you see that rookie?
The quadruple decimal?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? That averaged a point. She averaged a point something.
Yeah, in every category.
Statistic.
Yes.
Yeah, look, listen. She played almost 5 minutes a night. Hey, listen, man, that is some type of productivity. But I will say that they gotta just lower that rim, man. Listen, we gotta have a serious conversation about this because it at the end of the day, they're getting paid money to play a child sport, right? So it's like it's just entertainment. No. I mean, this goes for the men too. So you know what I'm saying? That's no slight. Yeah, every professional athlete is being paid to play a child sport.
A child sport. I thought you said child support. Okay, go ahead. Considering the last pod, I just thought that's where you were going. Go ahead.
All right, no.
A child sport. Okay.
Yes, a child sport. So, with that, man, they got to stop trying to like prove a point of like making it the same as the men's league. It's like, yo, listen, you don't have to. There's no reason. Like at the end of the day, you're there to be an entertainer. Make this game entertaining. If that calls for making the hoop 8.5 feet tall, like do that if that makes the game more entertaining, because at the end of the day, you're just here to entertain. You're not here to prove a point about women doing the same things as men do. Like, who cares? Like, like make the sport entertaining.
I think that's the part they're missing. Is like, it's not that we want you to lower the rims and it's being like, oh, demeaning or degrading, I should say, towards you. It's
you're
more
shorter.
So like, right. Exactly. I mean, you already play with a smaller ball.
Right, exactly.
So yeah,
because
I got some flack from that, man. I forget who hit me up about like, yeah, they don't need to lower the rims. What you mean they can't shoot on different rims? It's like, oh man, see, now we're going to a territory that I never was trying to take it to. I just more so just looking for it to be more entertaining. I want to be able to like, for me to watch it. Yeah, I would like to see a girl get dunked on. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be pretty entertaining.
1,000%.
Absolutely, man. Remember when we watched Shaq play and he was out there just bullying people and dunking on them? It was entertaining. I mean, amongst a lot of other things with male basketball too, but that's beside the point. It's just more so just making a better product. And I think we could potentially go the civilized way, because I want to keep our podcast this way, is to just lower the rims. There's other things I could say could happen that would make it more entertaining, but
well, you know. I put it to you like this, man. The NBA changes rules in the game all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at some point they had to implement the 3-point line you know what I mean? Like now they've changed the way that fouls are called. Mm-hmm. You know, they changed the way that late game fouls are called and clear basket or clear lane fouls and all that kind of stuff. Why? To make the game more interesting.
Yes.
They felt like Harden's style of play was slowing down the game or whatever. So they're like, hey, listen, man, we got to cut down on these free throws and these ticky-tack fouls.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, the game is always evolving. I think that the WNBA needs to quit resisting the idea of like, hey, listen, this is what's going to make our game more entertaining to watch. Like the NBA cut down on Harden's fouls, even though, you know what I'm saying, they were legitimate fouls under the rules of the game because they felt like it was making the game less entertaining.
Right.
So you had to do what was going to put the best product on the floor. The WNBA needs to just like quit trying to prove a point of these girls doing the same thing that the men do. It's like, yo, nobody's asking you to.
Right.
I mean, I'm not questioning if you can. It's like, but if you're a foot shorter, I don't expect you to be able to jump up 2 feet higher. It's like, yo, like, let's just be honest with ourselves here. Like, man, move the rim down. Like it'll make for a more compelling game, and quit trying to shame audiences into watching your product. Like that's not the way to draw viewership. Like, man, like y'all don't watch it, so you know what I'm saying. This is all your fault. It's like, no, I'm not required to watch it. First of all, it's entertainment. You can't shame me into what I find entertaining. Make the game entertaining. How about that?
But I think
that's one step.
I agree with everything you just said 1,000%. I do think that if they were put a better product, you can get more ad dollars, which would generate more money for the league. So, one hand washes itself, or washes the other, I should say. I don't know.
The big three a more successful product?
Right, and that's 3-on-3 basketball.
Right, but exactly, and it's not trying to be the NBA. They got a 4-point line. They got all kind of just like, it's like take it out there.
Very good point.
They're not trying to be the NBA. They put together their own product. WNBA, put together your own product. Like you can still make it professional. That's fine. Maybe the court is a little bit smaller. I don't know. I don't care.
I'm gonna tell you what's going to end up happening with the big three. They're going to lower the rims in the big three. There's going to be old men out there tearing ACLs, dunking on each other. You know, that's gonna happen.
Move that hoop to 8.5 feet. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
I'd go see it.
Yeah, I would. I'd go see it too. It'd be funny. Definitely. Yeah. Do we even want to give anything to this Deshaun Watson thing? Getting fined $5 million and is suspended at 11 games. Do we want to give this any talk?
I would like to see some retroactive additional penalties to Robert Kraft. That's the only thing I want to give to that topic.
All right. Okay, I'll let that be. I'm gonna see you a funny meme when they showed Deshaun Watson paying that $5 million, and I literally almost spit my coffee out. When we get off.
And his first game back is in Houston.
First game back is in Houston. The Browns are gonna suck anyway.
They might be all right. I don't know.
Yeah, the receivers. I don't know. Odell has still not signed anywhere. They're talking about him coming back to the Browns. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I feel bad for Browns Nation. I think that 11 games is par for the course, man. But my thing is just suspending for the year. What's 11 games? How do you come up with 11?
Because they couldn't double the punishment, but they needed to get as close as possible.
Close as possible. Because what is it, 16 games in a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not including, like playoffs if you make.
But they ain't going to playoffs anyway, so it don't matter. All right, man. Last thing we had I wanted to talk about too, man, was the game. He released a 10-minute diss track I don't know what the heck Game was thinking. And then the album flopped. The Nipsey feature was removed. It was like, even for Game, this was a crap show, right? This was
fail.
A massive fail, bro. Like what was he? I know we always talk music. We're gonna get back to reviewing some music. We definitely want to. I didn't want to review this album because I would have crapped. I didn't make it through. I gotta be honest with you.
I didn't press play to start.
I did.
Listen, I already knew off top. After I heard that 10-minute Eminem, the Black Slim Shady song, I was like,
10 minutes?
Ain't nothing here for me.
Yeah,
First of all,
go ahead.
Game promised that he was going to retire last album. That Born to Rap was supposed to be his last. That was his farewell album. I think that he was supposed to retire an album before that too. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not listening. Listen, he is retired.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, this album never came out. It doesn't exist. It didn't happen. We
retired him.
Because he's retired.
Okay, yeah, and I get the game that they're trying to play with all the music for the streaming farms, because like Chris Brown did it too, and I guess he came out with another album recently. I didn't listen to one song on there, you know, and I think, hold on, man. So did Chris Brown really ruin R&B?
Yes, 1,000%. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So if you think about it, before Chris Brown, you had singers who made, I want to say, like pop R&B for young fans or whatever. So like you think about like young girls like really liking their R&B singers or whatever, but like older women didn't really care for that music or whatever. They had their own R&B singers. Like Keith Sweat and Usher wasn't singing to the same audience. And I mean, that was two different time frames, but you get what I'm saying as far as like the age group that wanted to hear that music. You know what I'm saying? Drew Hill might not have had a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, 14 and 15-year-old girls like just in love with their music like B2K would have at that time. You see what I'm saying? It's like two different audiences. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? There was still a lane for Casey and JoJo to exist with, you know, B2K and Joe and who's the other guy? Avant and all them guys. Man. Yeah, exactly. It was another guy like that too, man. He sang that Where I Want to Be. Who sang Where I Want to Be?
Where I Want to Be.
Yeah, Donnell Jones, like them kind of artists.
Oh, man.
I'm saying they like that. That wasn't like teeny bopper R&B music or whatever.
Right.
That was, you know what I'm saying. That was real. You supposed to have to live something to understand that music. When Chris Brown came out or whatever, man, he was able to bridge that gap between making that teeny bopper R&B that young girls wanted to hear, and then also older girls wanted to hear. And it really ruined music, because then all those R&B singers just became that lane, because it took up such a wide space. So there was no space for older, you know what I'm saying? For
But didn't Usher do that too?
I don't think so. I think Usher kind of aged along with his audience, but I don't think when You Remind Me came out that there was a lot of grown women that wanted to listen to Usher. By the time Confessions came out from My Way, you know what I'm saying, the audience that was 14, 15 at that time was 22, 23 when Confessions came out. You know what I'm saying? They were old enough that they aged along with it. But Chris Brown, he was, you know what I'm saying, he was the teen heartthrob, as well as, you know what I'm saying, older women wanting to hear it too. Like, he bridged the gap, and that ruined R&B. Because all the R&B singers wanted to sing that way. That's when you get your Trey Songz and Omarion going solo and all of these guys or whatever. Now they're just catering to that whole demographic. It's like, yo, the music had to just dumb down because that's what was selling. So Chris Brown did ruin R&B. That's the reason we don't get traditional R&B anymore, or even when we do get it, it's not popping.
See, I thought you were saying he ruined R&B in the sense that he's putting out
trash.
Yeah, like it was just bad music. Like, because I think at one point I would have thought I could. He's talented as heck. Chris Brown can sing, but all the dancing and all the stuff that went along with it, and then not to mention the stuff with Rihanna, that's what ruined it. That's what I thought you were alluding to.
And then he started doing Thug and B.
Thug and
B also ruined it too.
Okay, because that's what I would say. I would say that if because I do agree with you, but I think for different reasons. I think he ruined it for that. The Thug and B stuff.
I'm with you too. That was a part of it though, but that was again a part of it bridging the gap, because it was like, yo, he wasn't singing teeny bopper songs anymore, but now the teen girls love him, and those 20 to 30-year-old women love him too.
Right.
So it's like nasty space.
Yeah, well, Diddy came when he was talking about, like, I got what he was saying. Mind you, the delivery was bad, but I got what he was saying when he said about R&B being like, turn all the vocal stuff off, and can you really sing? Can you hold a microphone and sing music and sing? And he went to other expletives that he felt like should be able to evoke in the emotion. The emotional side of it, I did. The vulnerability part, I agree with him as well. That's what I think was missing. That's why I can appreciate Beyonce when she makes an album. And I think with Beyonce though, I will say that I think a lot of people don't appreciate her because she's happy. You know,
I
like
agree with that a lot too.
You know what I mean? Like she was, when Lemonade had, it was like, okay, it was, but once again, Beyonce's like the crown jewel of R&B, like, or even music, I should say, not even R&B, just music. Because it's arguable if Beyonce's even R&B at this point.
Well, also, Beyonce, like, what makes her so incredible or whatever is it's like, yo, that she does have such a huge female fan base or whatever, because typically, for what, like Beyonce, she's her own category or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like she's an icon, but it's like, yo, like the heartthrob type R&B, like again, like Chris Brown or whatever. It's like, yo, that's a male space. Like, these young female R&B singers, they never get huge.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So Beyonce's kind of an anomaly that, you know what I'm saying, women and men also gravitated towards it.
Yeah,
Jhené Aiko, no offense, not going to be that. Ella Mai or whatever, Summer Walker, they'll amass some fandom. Yeah, but it's like, yo,
I want to get back to, and I don't want to say class in R&B, but I guess I kind of am. Is like everything is so 100% raunchy, or like 100%, you know, come over and do this to me, and you know what I mean. It's like I'm an adult, so I get that part of it. Like, but what happened to like I missed the guy or I missed the girl? Or I love her.
Too grown. It's too grown. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like Chris Brown created a void that ruined everything. Because it's like, yo, listen, that little pocket of, you know what I'm saying, I ain't really grown yet, or I'm too old to be acting this way, but I just ain't progressed on in life. Like that's the space that he's learned to fill, and now and because it got so popular, it's like, yo, listen, it's hard to move out of it. But I mean, listen, that's why I appreciate like a Frank Ocean, Steve Lacy, all them kind of artists or whatever. Like that's why I'm like, yo, this is dope.
So I like Steve Lacy.
Was out of bounds. He was out of bounds.
Like okay, you warned me about the song, and I just was like, how bad could it be? And I was like, yo, I should not have. I should.
Told you, I was like, listen, just delete it. Like, yo, just delete that one off the album, man, and just keep going.
Because I was like, how bad could it be? I listened to Forrest Gump. How bad could oh my God, I'd made Forrest Gump was nothing compared to that.
Yeah, I was saying Forrest Gump wasn't vulgar.
It's like, come on, Steve Lacy. Like, even my little ears, I couldn't, you know, like, come on, man. Like,
but other than that, the album is fire. That Sunshine is out of. I'm like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
Like but again, like, and I also don't know if that categorizes itself as like R&B. Like, is that more pop music? I don't know.
I would say it's more pop. I wouldn't say that's R&B either.
Yeah, or like even alternative or whatever. Like, but we don't get any of that. Like, where's the Erykah Badu's of this generation? Like, somebody give me like that neo soul sound or just something like that. Any kind of soul. Right.
Any kind of soul is definitely a good point. I just think what should have been the part where everyone looked at music differently was when Igor dropped. Igor was not rap, but they considered it rap album of the year. That should have been album of the year, period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should have been. But that's what I think. But because of that criticism, we end up getting the Gangsta Grillz album with Tyler, which was another banger. So we wouldn't have got that if he didn't feel slighted for Igor. So I'll take it at that point, you know? But I don't know, man. What else we got, bro?
Oh man, that's don't listen to that. Don't bother wasting your time with that Game album. That's the best I can tell you.
Yeah, don't listen to it. I didn't even listen to it. So I didn't make it through.
Yeah, ain't no point like that. I'll tell you what, I've been listening to a lot of Lupe. I've been listening to a lot of old Lupe.
Yeah.
Woo, man, listen.
Yeah, me too.
My man's been smoking boots for a long time.
Do you ever follow him on Twitter, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you know when people will throw out a random 16 and he'll finish the 16? And it'd be like light work porn. Oh my God. Yeah. It'd be so layered too, man. That's the part that get me. And I know it's just like, I don't know. That dude's special, man.
Yeah, he's something else, man. He's an alien. He's on that alien list.
Definitely on that list. List. But let's get out of here. Yo, but the people that stayed here.
This Kev.
And yo, this is Games Music Life. This was the Games Music Life podcast, episode 292. Drink more water, people.